Hello guys, welcome back to another trading video. In today's video I'll be trading again over here on the channel, and I'll be showing you another great what's called scalping strategy. This strategy right here was actually the strategy I made video on. I think last video I made on was on this particular strategy, and of course I still want to show you what's it called, another great point of entry with this strategy again, because I've been using it ever since then, and I've been really liking the scalping what's it called strategy out of this particular what's it called setup here. So of course I'm going to make another video showing you guys how to actually spot a very great moment with this strategy we have right here on the screen. All right, so for those of you who's just watching this video for the first time, we are using a couple of indicators right here on our TradingView, and I'll be explaining them in detail. The first indicator we are using, it's called moving average. All right, is EMA moving average, and this is the setting. For you to put this up, just come over here on the indicator, then you can actually put them up here. So if you actually write moving average, so you're definitely going to be using this one right here, which is called moving average exponential. All right, so this is the one we're using. And the second indicator we are using is called parabolic SAR, and if you actually check it right here too, just come with the technical and we write parabolic. So when you write PAR, you're going to find it right here. This is the one we are using right here, parabolic SAR, this second one here above the technical analysis. So when you're done, you actually close it. This third indicator we are using is actually called squeeze momentum indicator. All right, and you can actually find it right here as well. All right, so if you just type squeeze, so you're going to find it right here, this squeeze momentum indicator by Lazy Pierre. All right, so this is the particular one we're using. All right, so that's the three indicators we're using. So the setting for our moving average is this. On the input part, we are using it the length. Make sure you change the length to 100. All right, the chart with the time frame should be chart, while the source should be closed, and the offset should be 0, while the method should be SMA, and the length on the what's it called, the smoothing part should be 5. All right, so that's pretty much all I do. So over here I actually change my color to be on white, and I take the line over here. So that's just a setting I did on the moving average. So when you're done, you hit save. So the second indicator, which is our parabolic SAR, this is the setting as well. All right, so on the input part here, we use time frame as chart. The start rate is 0.02, while the increment is 0.02 as well. The max value is 0.2. So that's pretty much all you have to do. On the start part here, I actually use a yellow color, and I take the line as well. All right, so that's pretty much all you have to do. So when you're done, you hit save. So the last indicator, which is our squeeze momentum, was actually a default setting. All right, so you don't need to actually set anything, just put it up and then you're good. All right, like I said, I will definitely going to be explaining again for the sake of the people who is just watching this for the first time, how this strategy works. This is actually a scalping strategy, right? This is all true scalping strategy, and I'm going to show you how this works. All right, so we are doing this on 30 minutes. Don't forget that. So we are doing this on 30 minutes time frame. And how this works is really simple. What you need to find before you enter a trade it's very simple. So all you just need to do is to make sure that you go through all the indications to see that you get the signal before you enter a trade. So the number one thing we are looking at, if you are going to take what's it called, a buy trade, so the number one thing is to make sure that we find our candlestick above what's it called, the moving average, above this 100 moving average or EMA. So let's make sure that you get your, what is it called, you have your candlestick above it. Make sure that your parabolic SAR is just starting out below. All right, the number one thing is to make sure that you have your candlestick above the EMA, and make sure that your parabolic SAR is just starting out below the candle. What I mean by it's just starting out is that let's make sure that this dot here that you're saying, this parabolic dot here, it's just starting out. It can be like 4, 5, just starting out before you actually enter a trade. Not that it has been long, not that it has been there for long, just like this, no, but we just have to be seeing them starting out. Okay, this is an example. I'm just using this for example. As you can see, this is just 3 dots below here, 1, 2, 3. So this is what I'm actually talking about. All right, so each time you want to take a trade, especially if you're going for a buy trade, make sure that you have your candlestick above your EMA and make sure that your parabolic SAR is just starting out on the chart. And not only that, on our squeeze momentum, always make sure that your squeeze momentum signal actually changes to gray. This bar signal here must actually change to green. And like I said, always make sure that they're just starting out in the market. For example, if you actually enter this trade right here, as you can see, our squeeze momentum is just getting what's it called, out, changing to green, very strong in this position. And with this is definitely going to be a very good moment for us to enter a trade. All right, so that's just all you have to see if you're going for a buy trade. So if you're going for a sell trade, make sure that your candlestick is below your moving average, is below your your 100 moving average. The candlestick is below it. You say that in your squeeze momentum, you're just starting out, the signal is just starting out and actually changes to red. And of course, you must have your parabolic SAR above the candle just starting out as well. All right, I hope you actually grab what I'm trying to explain here, but if you did not, don't worry. I'll be actually analyzing the market. So when I get a good moment, of course, I'm going to come down and take I'm going to show you a very practical example of what I'm talking about. Okay guys, this is a very perfect moment I want to show you guys. Like I said, I told you that if you're going for a sell trade, always make sure that you have your candle below the moving average, and make sure that your parabolic SAR is just starting out above the candlestick. As you can see, we are having a parabolic our parabolic SAR just starting out. This is actually like 1 2 3 4 5 dot. So this is actually a very good moment, because over here when you actually check our sequence momentum, you can see that that has actually give us a very strong signal of a sell, a very strong sell signal. So I know that in a moment I'll be having a very great pull down here. So over here, let me grab my tool real quick. So I'll be going for a short trade. So let me place them here. All right, so I'm definitely gonna pull my take profit all the way down here. So I'll place my take profit here. Let's see. So like I said, always make sure that your take profit is like 3 times than your stop loss. Is very important. Let me actually place my stop loss here. All right, so this is actually a very good one here, guys. So guys, let's see how this trade is going to play out in the next few seconds. Okay, over here guys, we actually hit our take profit. As you can see over here, we hit our take profit on the last candle here. All right, so this is actually a very great one here. As you can see, this is a very perfect one. The number one thing you just need to look at is to make sure that the candle, if you are going for a sell trade, your candlestick must be very strong and it must be below your moving average 100%. All right, always make sure you confirm that below the moving average. Always make sure that your parabolic is just starting out. If it actually starting out with 3 or 2 dot, it actually give a very strong signal. But if you're still having it around 5 and 6, and you can confirm, but always make sure that the confirmation of your squeeze what's it called, momentum is very strong. All right, so the maximum dot I expect you to actually enter a trade should be 2 or 3. All right, but there must be very strong signal showing you that okay, for real, the confirmation is right that the market is going down. So that's the only when you're gonna enter your trade. And like I used to say, always make sure that you are using your take profit and your stop loss in place, should in case if there's a pullback in the market. And again, like I said, this is actually a pure scalping strategy. So should in case you're actually taking a trade, always make sure that you're checking your chart once in a while to see if there's no reversal. So if you haven't really hit your take profit, then you can automatically close the trade based on the profit if you see there's a reversal on your candlestick. All right, so over here I'll be sharing the example, guys. I'll be finding another moment. So when I see the moment, I'll come down straight up and take a trade. Okay guys, so over here I find another great moment, and as you can see, the 2 dot right here is just starting out as just 2 dot, and you can see over here we have a very strong sell signal here. I can see this is a very strong bearish candle that actually generate this. So I'm so certain that this is actually coming down for real. And again, if you actually checked here on our squeeze momentum, as you can see, we're just having a very great signal of sell trade. So right here, let's actually place let me actually use my tool to indicate my take profit and stop loss real quick. So over here I'm going to actually place, I'm sorry, support. Okay, I think this is actually a great time. Let me place my take profit right here. My stop loss should be around this part. Yes, I'm still very much good on that. So guys, let's see how this trade is going to play out again. Okay, a very smart trade here. We actually hit our take profit real quick. As you can see, like guys, always make sure that your take profit, it is actually, or what's it called, almost like ×3 of your stop loss is very important. And make sure that it's not really what's it called, you don't really don't be greedy. Let me put it that way. Don't be greedy. Always make sure that you have a very reasonable take profit so that it can actually hit if you're not there. But if, even though you have like you use your take profit and stop loss, like I said, always make sure that you are checking the chart once in a while. For example, if my candlestick actually reversed from this position, this particular candle actually reversed and never hit my take profit, I can actually see that on my chart so that I can quickly close the trade on profit before it actually hit back to my stop loss. All right, so let's make sure that you are checking this once in a while. It's very important. So guys, I'm analyzing again. Okay guys, it's a very great moment. All right, as you can see over here, we actually have a very strong indication of our squeeze momentum right here. Not only that, as you can see, our parabolic SAR is actually right there below the candle, actually heading up. And I actually mentioned this clearly, that if you are going for a buy trade, always make sure that the trend is actually above your moving average. All right guys, so this is another real quick one. Let's see if you're actually gonna have a good moment. Let me actually grab my two. So I'm going along here. So right here, I would definitely gonna pull my take profit. So this kind of a thing, this kind of trade, because the market, if you actually check what's it called, the last bullish candle right here, as you can see, it's a very weak candles. So we can never really detect how this trade is gonna go. So when it comes to this kind of a trade, always make sure that you are giving it a very short what's it called, take profit. So I'm gonna pull my take profit right here. And the stop loss should be around here, because this is actually an uptrend, but we never can say when the market is going to reverse. So let's make sure that giving it a very short some take profit. All right, so guys, let's see how this is going to play out again. Okay, a good one there. Real quick, we actually hit our take profit right here as well. All right, as you can see, we actually hit the take profit right here as well. So right now we're analyzing again. So when I find a moment, I'll show you again the best entry. Okay guys, over here, this is actually a very strong indication on this strategy. The reason why is that we have a very strong what's it called, bullish candle going up on the trend. As you can see over here, our moving average was actually trying to reverse it to be following the trend again, and we have a very strong candle. Not only that, our parabolic SR is just starting out just with one dot. As you can see, this just with one dot. And of course, if you actually check back what's it called, our squeeze momentum, you can see that it actually indicates just one signal to us that okay, this is actually going forward. This is a very good confirmation of a buy trade. So I'm going for long here. So over here, I'll put in my take profit to this point, because I'm so certain that this market was actually a very good one. All right, so let me actually take back here my stop loss a little bit. Like I said, always make sure that you are checking your chart sheet in case your analysis never really hit your take profit. All right, always make sure that, because anything can happen in the market, the reversal might actually happen. Always make sure that you're checking your chart. This is actually a pure scalping strategy. It's not strategy that you're going to what's it called, you're going to go and relax without you checking what is actually happening on the trade you take. All right, so right now let's see how this is going to play out. It's actually going to be another good one here, I'm so certain. Okay, wow. Okay, we actually hit our take profit. At the end of the day, the market actually went up. It tried to drop here, it picked up again, and we actually hit our take profit on this part. A very good one here. This is actually a very good one. So guys, this is how you actually trade this strategy. I actually mentioned this last time, that always make sure that if you're setting this up, make sure that you watch this video thoroughly, try to understand everything I'm showing you here, and let's make sure you try this out on your demo account first. After then, if you now understand it fully, then you can now decide to go and use it on your live account. All right, so that was just it. So guys, this is where I'm going to stop on this strategy. The next video will be another great scalping strategy again. You won't love to miss missed that. All right, so if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe now, turn on the notification bell, and if you have any question, you can use the comment section to ask a question. We're definitely going to reply to you and make sure we resolve the question. I love you guys, and I'll see you on another episode.